Hi there, Shauna Lynn Simon here. I thought today I would do a special video post. A question that I get quite often actually is in terms of how do you find content to blog about and how do you begin writing those posts, especially if you're not someone who's naturally a writer. So I thought I'd just do a quick little video here to talk about exactly that. So for starters, finding the content itself is actually pretty easy. Just find out what people are asking about when it comes to the services that you provide. So if you're a home stager, for example, people might be looking for some tips for selling their house. They might also be looking for some tips for decorating their new house, maybe. Maybe you can provide them with some storage solutions or anything else you think that you are an expert at. But take a look online at the various communities and see what sort of questions people are asking. So if you're in real estate, check out some of the online real estate boards, go into Google+, go into your Facebook groups and see what sort of questions people are answering, and you can write a blog with the answer to it. The other question you want to ask is, what question are you the answer to? Because that's obviously a great one for your blog. So then when it comes to getting your blog started, I think this is the biggest challenge that everyone has. And the biggest thing that I suggest is whatever you do, do not try starting by writing the very first paragraph right away. You will end up sitting there staring at a blank screen for quite a while. It's what they call writer's block. So instead, think of what your topic is, and then create a bit of an outline. So bullet points are great for this. It doesn't have to be anything formal. You can type it up, you can handwrite it, you can plug it into your phone. However you want to do this little checklist of the items and the topics that you want to talk about, you want to create a bit of an outline first of your points. Then you go back and expand on each one of those points. Okay, and then the last thing that you do is write your opening paragraph. It's a lot easier to close off. I find it's a lot easier to close off the blog than it is to actually start it. It's that introduction sentence that you need. But the reason why I suggest not doing that first is, how do you write that first sentence if you don't know exactly how your blog is going to come together? Until you've outlined all of your points and expanded on them, you don't really know what direction that blog is going to take. Sometimes you think you're answering one question, and when you finish the blog, you realize you've answered a few others as well. I think the biggest key when it comes to having a successful blog is you can't be afraid to give away some good, juicy info for free. Okay, that's sort of one of the keys. That's why people go to blogs. They want that free information. Don't be afraid you're going to give away all of your expertise. All you're doing with that is setting yourself up as the expert, someone that people are going to come to with additional questions. So it really helps to give you great exposure online when you can blog. I know that I'm challenged sometimes to find the time to get a blog out, but what I recommend doing is come up with a number of topics in advance, and as you think of points for them, you can always just write them down. I try to blog at the very least once a month. I'd love to do it more, but I try to aim for at least once a month. That's sort of my goal. I have lots of great topics that I know I want to come to eventually. But I do find that sometimes they take a little bit of a different direction. So I've thought I'm going to talk about one thing 1 month, and then it turns out that there's a number of other people asking questions about a whole different topic. So I decided to write about that instead. Some of the best blogs that I've written have been completely on the fly, just basically talking about my day that day or whatever inspired me. So I hope that these tips help for creating blog content. It can be a little bit challenging sometimes, but hopefully you'll find some inspiration. Feel free to check out our blog at slsacademy.blogspot.com and see some things that we've blogged about. You can also check out my other blog, which is beyondthestagehomes.blogspot.com. Check out our website and you can find all of our links for it there. But I hope that you have found this useful, and I look forward to providing some more tips in my blogs in the future.